The work I've done with Equity Alliance has, I think, generally been received really positive in the community. That said, I think there's been some individuals who want more and are still a little skeptical of what's going on. But it's opened that dialogue, which has been great, and started to create some new conversations and relationships with people that I normally hadn't had that dialogue with in the past. The Tri-Sector Group was formed to bring different entities together and to help work on an issue that we thought was imperative within those groups. And that group is, the issue is racial equity. And so the groups that got involved were Humboldt State, City of Arcata, and the business community. And to me, it was it was finally getting collaboration, which I don't think I've ever seen in my 34 years of business in this community. Everybody's sitting down in the room and being representative and speaking on the same level. I think over the last 2 years, the relationships that have been developed within this Tri-Sector Group have really improved what's going on. And not only is there now direct dialogue and confidence going between people and able to work together, but I can see some direct changes. In particular with me, with some of the conversations and collaborations I've had with some of the vice presidents at Humboldt State and directly with the city manager. It then also opened the doors to go ahead, and I end up getting asked from the Journal to write a piece about the work with race and equity. And that since then, that spawns, it goes out to more people. So I have other people who are friends of mine or associates who then reach out and said, look, can you talk to me more about what's happening here? What can I do? I think it has quickly showed response back to the discussions that we've had from both our managers and assistant managers as far as what's going on and their insights now to how they're dealing with different people and what comes to mind when something goes on. So to me, even though I think there's a lot more training that we're looking forward to, the initial stage has been, I can't ask for a better response. And this was a local business who made a effort to change their policy as far as how they dealt with individuals coming into the business. And ironically, it was a staff member talking to another customer trying to justify why they made that scenario here. And what they were trying to do is to reach out to a wider audience and make sure that the decisions that they were making within that business did not impact disproportionately people of maybe lower income and or of different backgrounds. And so it was an interesting interaction that ended up happening. I mean, this came directly within days after the town hall meeting that this individual took that on and decided to make the change. So that's one thing, and I know so often you hear a minute amount of what really happens, feedback from situations, but to me this was a real positive situation going forward. And I think this whole program with racial equity and Equity Alliance has to do that it's a beginning. We're not going to go in there and solve something in a matter of days or months, and it's going to be years, but it's a beginning.